And I wanted to talk about Dillon Brooks, who got traded as an afterthought. They're bringing in KD, kind of get out of there. You're good.
Yeah, well, let's
He's
just
been
get
counted
Michael
out
out the
a few
way.
times. He's been counted out a few times in his career. And then him and Dillon Brooks trade buckets against the Thunder and beat the best team in the NBA. Both players, I think you're surprised by both. I didn't think you didn't think either player had this kind of offensive ability. Which one are you more surprised by, or should we just call it a tie? Let's talk about both.
I'm more surprised by Dillon. Michael Porter Jr. was the number one player in high school, guys. Michael Porter Jr. also had a transactional year at Missouri, very similar to what we're seeing with De'Aaron Peterson. Yeah. Played one game, have 20, one play the second half. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, but I didn't like that. He had back issues, and I don't play with the back. Back issues are different.
Fell back a little bit in the draft. Still was a lottery pick. And he's always maintained a high level of confidence to the point where people are like, is he delusional, or like it's just stayed that way? And his play's only gotten better and better and better. Then he was a key piece of a championship team. So we know he's always been like, now I didn't know he's a 25 point per game scorer, but he's always been an elite player in the NBA offensively. That's what he's been known for. We damn sure don't talk about him for his defense. He's a marksman and can score. And there's not a shot he don't like. So with opportunity attached to that in Brooklyn, you can't be blown away, surprised. Because Michael's always been very good. See, people are paying Michael respect like, man, I didn't know you're that good. I'm paying him respect by saying, you always knew you're good. You're better than even what I thought. He's now turned to an all-star caliber player, and he's proven that he could be that on a team. As for Dillon, I didn't know his offense was this, I don't want to say potent because I don't want to put him in a class of like whatever, but I didn't know he could consistently score in the ways that he does and how he does it.
Also, think about this in the last 5 years for Devin Booker. His sidekicks have been Chris Paul. They go to the finals. Then he has Kevin Durant as his sidekick. Bradley Beal's there. It seems like Hill and Dillon Brooks are like their most effective duo that they've had over there.
Well, Chris Paul.
One guy's like even keel, smooth, quiet, goes about his work, very tactful, like you always say, whatever.
Yeah, he's very tactful.
And then Dillon Brooks is out there. It's just like good cop, bad cop. Dillon Brooks is out there trying to fight everybody, doing it in a loud way.
Yeah, I didn't
think these two were going to be such a good duo. It's really impressive.
Yeah. I don't know why that is, but obviously Chris and Devin were fantastic. They went to the finals, but this duo, I think people thought like, oh man, look at Phoenix's team. It's about to be a total rebuild. They have some assets they can move around, you know what I mean, and try to build around now Devin, who's always been a part of the centerpiece. But now you add Dillon as a possible guy you could build around or trade because his trade value is extremely high. They're now putting him in conversations to be traded with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves kind of had that breakout year last year, earlier this year. Now Dillon Brooks is up this value that people are like, Lakers need Brooks. and you want to know the irony of it? Because, obviously him and Braun and all that shit's funny. But it's Dillon Brooks has had one of the biggest arc turnarounds I've seen in recent NBA history. I'm not kidding. This guy has only portrayed himself. And I say himself, I don't even like to say that because he is who he is. I don't even think he wants to be a villain. It's just what happened. He approaches the game is a better way to say it. A certain way, and he plays with a chip. He competes, he talks trash, he gets into it, all these different things. So much so that he's a part of building the culture in Memphis, that grind team that everybody loved with Young, Pop, and Ja, and Dillon, and Jaren Jackson, Triple J. They had the whole thing going on. He was the soul of that team. They get into the playoffs with LeBron. That whole thing starts. The arc of him and LeBron, that whole thing, right? This is where it's peaking, it's going. And this is where it goes bad. Lakers win that series. LeBron dominates. Blame goes to Dillon. Front office of Memphis completely over Dillon Brooks and comes out with an unnecessary statement saying, we by no means are bringing back Dillon Brooks for next season. Why you would have to say that, I don't know. You should just trade him if you didn't want to. You announcing it only is going to lower his trade value.
He was a free agent.
It embarrasses him.
You could have just not done anything.
You could have just not done anything. He was a free agent. You didn't have to sign him. Yeah. So you could have just said, are you guys bringing back Dillon Brooks? Hey, he's a great player, so we're going to look into it. and within the front office, known we're not signing back Dillon Brooks. You didn't have to come out with an announcement, because now all it did is kind of over and hurt his value. Thankfully, a team saw into him and saw his potential. He goes to Houston, who pays him, has a great run there and helps kind of reset that culture and give them toughness. They loved him down there. They did not want to let him go, but they let him go because they're getting Kevin Durant. So then he goes to Phoenix. This guy's been traded, even outcasted by a team. We're not bringing you back. He goes from being this guy that people think is funny and entertaining to be a guy that people hate on. He sucks. Dillon Brooks, go to China, go to Shanghai, the Dillon Brooks in China memes, all this stuff. All they do is talk about him being a distraction, can't play, bum, blah, 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 blah. What does he do? He doesn't change for shit. He stays the same way. Because what people have to eventually respect, as much as they didn't like him, whatever side you're on, people respect consistency. He don't shy away from nobody. He goes at LeBron. He'll go at this. He goes at all the best guys. He don't shy away from nobody. He plays damn near every game. He competes, and he plays his heart out. If you're a fan paying $200 for some damn tickets and you lose, you can lose as a Suns fan knowing that when you watch, even though they're not a finals contending team this year, when you watch the guys like Gillespie or you watch a Dillon Brooks go out there and they're playing their ass off as hard as they can, you can leave the arena like, those guys tried their tails to go get a win for us tonight. I can't even be mad at that. Not to mention, most importantly, above all this, he's balling. His play has just gotten better and better. Where now he's a 20-plus point per game scorer, and he's helping closing out games, hitting big shots, and doing it on both ends while guarding the best player of the other team. He's a two-way player with Devin Booker. And it's worked out. Their culture, it's worked. So at some point, that he is a culture starter. He was with Memphis. He left. Their culture sucked. He went to Houston. It was great. And he's in Phoenix, and now he's great. So now it's so funny, the irony of the Lakers looking into trading for him, if that's true, is he's only gotten into it with LeBron and all that shit, but yet they want him. Oh, now they want him.
Well, that was a big Kobe thing, too. Kobe used to get into it with, like, Ron Artest. And then I remember, I think it was, like, Steve Blake he got into it. But he'll bring these guys on
Matt
later
Barnes.
on. Like, the people he gets into it with, he's like, almost like I respect it, bring him in.
Matt Barnes did the fake ball thing, and then like a year later was on his team. A couple years later was on his team. So like, yes, that's a thing. So it's like, probably LeBron has some respect for. I mean, remember we talked about this a couple pods ago. I was like, there's no way LeBron has respect for Dillon. Now, does he think his antics and that shit is all silly? I'm sure, because it's always at his expense. But I know he respects when they play Phoenix. He's like, I gotta come play tonight because this little is gonna be on bullshit. You know what it is with him. He stares at the other team's best player or whatever he's staring at. It's every game he's locked in. So that's something I can get behind. And now people have gotten around to that. Like, he is consistent. He does play hard. He has gotten better. He actually does put up numbers. Wait, this guy is really good. I don't know if I can hate him anymore. He's actually he's a good player. He's entertaining to watch. He's fun to watch. So the arc has went from being this guy who got kicked off a team who the whole internet hated to being a guy that the internet counts on and they love him. And now he's a good player and has the respect. And people in the league are like, oh, wait. He's a culture changer.
I mean, I'm a Magic fan. I'd bring him in.
That's the point. That's the point. And now 3 years ago, if I would have said, you want to bring Dillon Brooks in, you'd be like, no, we're good. He can stay over there. Remember. Now he's a guy that teams who don't have like a certain set, tough culture, they'd be like, we'll bring him in. We'll take Dillon Brooks.
Is that what our guy Vooch is doing for Chicago right now? Listen, they're 7-3 in their last 10, but every time someone tries to score at the end of a game, he gets in their face.
Vooch is the
law. I
Vooch
cannot wait.
Bro,
we're gonna get him on the pod. I just want to be like, "What's up, man? What are you mad?"
Next time I'm in Chicago, I'm gonna check in.
What are you really mad about? It can't be about people scoring at the end of the game. Like, what the NBA police?